The great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with code NOCHASER5 and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only on the most rewarding place to play, DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for a featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends March 16th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna talk to about tonight.
Uh-huh.
Until the care, until the fire, until the night. And I'm not doing that tonight. I don't care. It's not as much. I don't hit it all that much. That's what's going on. Nothing's right. I'm torn. I'm out of faith.
Yeah.
This is how I feel.
Uh-huh.
I'm cold and I'm ashamed. Lying naked on the floor.
Let's go.
Keep it
going.
I can see the perfect sky is torn.
What's up, Welcome back to the No Chaser Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blaze.
We got a special guest today. You know, I was just like, I like to just scroll through my Instagram homies and people I know in real life and people I know in not real life. And I'm like, man, who would be a good guest to have? I always prefer people that I actually kind of know in real life. So this person right here, she is a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? You've seen her everywhere. But she also was on WildNOut with me in the early
Before the
days.
kids.
Before the kids.
Yeah,
Man, a long ass time ago. But you know, you're super funny, stand-up comedy. Make some noise. Chaunté Wayans.
Thank you.
Well, what's good?
What's good, Tim?
How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Aw.
You're doing so many things. I'm more proud of the fatherhood you're doing.
You know, people say that.
So glad you can guess them up because we're over here like, goddamn kids. Nobody told her to have the second one.
Hey,
Jeez.
trust me, I be in my head like, goddamn kid.
Yeah. Well, I'm fascinated with the stuff that you do and being able to maintain the marriage and the children.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty that you see. Like, oh, you know, because sometimes this entertainment industry is a lot of work, and you know, a lot of people don't make it.
Are you talking about in the industry or with their marriage and kids?
When they connected, I'm saying, like, when you got so much to do, you know, there's somebody missing out.
You know what? And that is, I appreciate that, first of all. Yeah. And I'm trying to be somebody who can do both without missing out. You feel me? Like, the last thing I want is to be so popping that I'm not around for, like, the baby things and baby girls, like, recitals and games and shit like that. Like, I want to be there, you feel me? So if I can find a way to make it work, I'm trying to find a way to make it work, you know? Like, you know, we were talking about earlier off camera, the struggle of, like, Hollywood and, like, selling your own shit versus going with a big production company. And I was telling you about, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm trying to do this movie and I'm trying to, like, see if I can sell it maybe just thug it out, do it myself, do it on Tubi, right? And I've said this, like, what, you know, maybe it'd be better if I didn't get a bag for it, found my own bag for it, and then I could be like, okay, we only film in between 10 and 2 when...
It's going to take 10 years for this movie to get
right, for sure.
Well, shit. If I could just film when the babies are in school, that would be ideal. But, you know, it is a struggle, and I appreciate that.
You got to do it when they sleeping.
Let me ask you this. Speaking of you coming from a very famous family.
Yes,
We're talking about family,
yes.
right? How's that for you, you know, being somebody who's, you know, trying to make a name for yourself, but also, you know, you have a lot of pressures of having that famous famous last name because that's like comedy royalty, you know?
Yeah, man. It's, you know, in the beginning of my career, I think it bothered me a lot more. And then I realized, you know, I used to try to steer away from my family so much that it actually made my career prolong. You know, it's like I should have used a lot of that. But, you know, in hindsight, you look back and you go, people gonna hate, people gonna feel what they feel. I didn't want people to think I got stuff because of my family. And then you realize, man, this is an empire they built. You know, if you look at like white family or certain cultures, they pass down stuff to their kids that don't even want to do, you know, that type of stuff. So
you have generational clout.
That's what I'm saying. Generational clout. Yo, we just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and I received a award.
Did you?
Yeah, man. So I got one of the things.
That's crazy.
Now I got to do a lot more work.
You already got it.
No, I know. I'm good. But you know, it's the work that they put in, and I'm blessed that they were alive and I was able to receive that with them, you know?
Man, look, that first season of WildNOut, I remember one time where I think we were either at the airport, like everybody had just landed for some shit.
Yeah.
And then like, I forget, I already knew who you were. Like we already met and shit, right? And I remember I seen a dude like gray, kind of like facial hair, hoodie, sunglasses. I'm like, he looked kind of familiar. And I was like, that's Damon Wayans. That's Damon Wayans hugging her right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
You go over there. How you know him?
Like, oh, you're serious?
Yeah, man.
It's not just a stage name.
No, they were, you know, my family's so supportive. You know, when I started doing stand up, it was like they would show up to the shows and just be in the audience. And I remember times of like getting stuck in the middle of a joke and they would just throw stuff out. And it was like a buildup of, you know, like it was literally a masterclass with them throughout this process.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the Wayans family who's like, I don't want to be funny?
Hilarious.
Can I just be serious?
You have no choice. You have no choice. Even like, you know, shit. Excuse me if you can't curse.
Oh no, you can.
Even like our autistic or everybody in our family has a little bit of humor. When we come from a dark, like my grandma was very dark in comedy. Yeah, you know what I mean? She was one of the people. He's like, we gotta keep her away from Hollywood because she gonna get us all canceled. But man.
That's too funny. Nah, man. I appreciate that. I remember one of the first memories of you on WildNOut is we were making jokes about something, and I was vlogging, right? And I was like, yeah, you know, Chaunté, you know, like, cause someone said something about like, yeah, you know, grab him by the nuts or some shit. She's like, nah, I grab my lips.
All day, you know what I'm saying? Put some respect on that. They be out there click blocking, man. Click blocking all day.
Well, how's it for you navigating as a gay comedian out here in these streets? You know,
I think that's so funny. Just gay comedian.
Yeah, not a woman, person of color. How is it being gay?
No.
Well, you know, now we got like 2 more weeks to be gay, so I'm doing as much as I can before Trump takes this away. It's not bad. I think in the beginning I learned to cater to not cater, but understand what men go through.
Okay.
That's how I started. I started to go like, I'm in a relationship, I'm the man in the relationship, and how do I get the men on my side? Because you see hood dudes in the audience, you know what I'm saying, doing this stuff, and it's like if I could soften them up in a way, then I already have the ladies in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my take on the whole thing. Just so to answer your question, it's been pretty good. I mean, you know, I don't make the dudes feel uncomfortable. The ladies show me a lot of love. You know, they like showing me titties. I don't know if you seen my last video, but you know, they coming to the stage. They coming to the stage with them binoculars.
We like that.
We like that.
We like that.
We like that.
Yeah.
Do other studs be hating on you though?
Oh yeah, man.
Is there a lot of hate in the stud?
Yeah, how is that community?
Well, you know it's funny.
Y'all be fighting on Instagram.
I won't say the name, but about 15, 20 years ago, I dated this stud had a fine ass girl that I wind up, slipping into, and that became my shorty for a while. But we was going back and forth.
Interesting.
Long story short, she still got a distaste for me.
Word.
I'm like, man, there's plenty of other. She got a body. I ain't got the muscle she got. And technically, I feel like I helped her. She went from like some goofy ass stud to like this muscle builder.
Like, I'm the inspiration.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Thank me.
Growth and development for you.
Yeah,
You're welcome for that villain art, homie.
Right. But yeah, I mean, there's hate everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's even more interesting because I see studs bring their girl, and when women enjoy themselves a little bit too much.
Yeah, you laughing a little too hard.
Yeah,
right
studs do the same thing.
That's crazy.
You can be like, she's funny.
Yeah. You
She's a comedian. We had a comedy show. No.
Come on, man, just give me your boobies. Let's hug this out.
Like this. Let's hug
this out. You can't go over. You know what I mean? That's too intrusive. You gotta do under.
Creepy.
It's like you touching their balls.
Okay.
Creepy.
I learned this is a stud hug.
Yeah, you grabbing their balls.
Yeah.
That's stud beef. That's crazy. Stud beef, bro.
Stud beef.
Stud beef curtains. Stud
What?
beef.
Oh
Called
my
a beef.
God.
Stud
beef.
Speaking of, Arby's closed, by the way. I'm so upset. The Arby's down the street is closed.
Yeah.
In case anybody wanted to know.
I'm so mad that translated.
Speaking of.
And how many seasons of WildNOut did you do? What happened with that?
Oh man, you know what happened. I
don't know what happened.
I mean, you know that. In all honesty, that wasn't really my forte.
I feel it. Yeah.
I think when the behind the scenes of it, it was a lot going on behind, and I think there was clicks, there was certain things, and I'm not saying that to say like there's no excuse. What I will say is that it just wasn't for me. There was I felt like the jokes that was written for certain people, I was like, if I'm going to bomb, I'd rather bomb on my own shit. And I also felt like, we was doing rehearsal behind the scenes. And if you did something funny in there, some people would try to use that joke before you got to. So I just felt like it's weird. But in all truth, if I'm going to just put it on myself and take accountability, I don't think that was necessarily my forte.
I feel it. You know what? And that's crazy. Just to give y'all some background if you don't know what she's talking about. Sometimes when we're running through games, just make sure everybody knows how to play the game and they know where to stand and shit. You might let off a little... Here's something I was thinking about for Let Me Holler, right? And they might say it, and people are like, oh, that's funny, right? And then all of a sudden, someone else goes before you when we're filming, and they say your joke, and you're like, okay. Specifically, one time, bro. Look, I'm not gonna say who took the joke, but James Davis, he did on the show. No, James Davis didn't take the joke, but he was like, we were backstage. He was like, yo, when this dude is on, I'm gonna say this to him during the Wild Style. I was like, oh, that's a great joke. People was like, that's funny, right? So then another comedian while we were filming Wild Style. He was in the Wild Style, I mean, I get it. Energy's high. Yeah. Sometimes you don't know what you're about to say. We're freestyling. He said James's joke. I turned around, looked at James. James could have cried, bro. His eyes welled with anger. He was like...
Yeah,
I was like, and you can't do shit in that situation.
And sometimes you don't realize, like, you might only have a certain shot. You might have one shot to get something off because there's so many people trying to get that FaceTime. You know what I mean? So if that's your banger, and then somebody take that, he like, okay, hold on, let me think. But I will say this: shout out to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon showed me a lot of love, a lot of opportunity, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Definitely, definitely, man. And you said you have a girl, yes?
Yeah, I'm married.
You're married. I feel like I knew that.
You don't know shit about me.
I don't.
I've been married since we met, motherfucker.
Why do you think she started with? It's so great to see a relationship stay together.
Thank you, man. They don't listen. They still don't listen.
You know what? No, I did know that because I like the picture of y'all married. I just forgot.
You just following mad lesbians. I get it.
You see, he's invested in the beefs. He said, so I got to ask a question.
When did that happen?
Wow, wowie, we wow. I love rewards. I love great rewards. I love jackpots. I love spins. And that's why the Great Rewards Hunt is on. And you got to join the adventure with DraftKings Casino because you're a king like me. For fun seekers like me, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Bang. Just sign up with code NOCHASER5 and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only on the most rewarding place to play, DraftKings Casino, you bitch. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for a featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends March 16th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
How long you married?
I'm about to be 2 years, May 20th.
Tight.
Yeah, man.
Tight.
She
Congrats.
was, yeah. And I never wanted to get married. And then about 6 months into being with her, I was like, yeah, this is it. You know what I mean?
And that's usually how it goes.
I say this, I recommend dating multiple people because that's what happened. I was dating 3 chicks and every chick, like the 2 I was dating before, one was great for sex. One was, but couldn't pay rent. Like the other one was a different type of thing. But my wife just outdid both.
Whole package.
Whole
Yeah.
package.
Love that.
She was like, damn.
Yeah, so it's not being a hoe.
Right.
You just comparing and contrasting.
You are
Be a hoe to your mate.
We
You know what I'm
look.
saying?
You are exploring your God-given options,
Right.
So you can see God puts them in front of you, so you can choose the right one.
That's
You know
how
what
it
I'm saying?
is.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to be in a relationship with all of them, but date around before you figure it out
Yeah,
because
that makes sense.
you'll realize how other
Mhm.
people ain't that great.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
whichever one of your options also has options, get rid of that one.
Right.
'Cause what the fuck are you doing talking to other people?
That's not bad though because at the time I wanted to be in an open relationship. I thought that I wanted multiple partners and that probably wouldn't fly in my world.
That wasn't for you either. Is that what you wanted?
I can't deal with myself
Yeah.
and my wife sometimes. You know what I mean?
Women
I don't
be
even
alone.
get to I don't even get to
Yes.
enjoy my lady shit once a month because my wife go through it. So I gotta handle her first.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, man. I gotta hold my cramps in.
Damn. You
Okay,
gotta
now,
thug it out.
That's so
thug it out.
interesting.
Damn. Wait, I've never thought of that either.
Gotta thug it out, yeah.
Because go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about, a lot of the guys, they lack empathy.
Yeah,
Some of them do. They're like, they never physically felt
Yeah.
that. So when you're going through your stuff, do you expect your partner to be there for you the way you are for her?
I would love it, but it doesn't happen. We
They've been together too
we
long.
do it together now.
Yeah, they
You know
synced
what I'm
up.
saying?
Yes.
So,
Oh,
and
no,
we
so
sync-
every-
thank you. I'm trying not to be so disgusting without, but we sync up now. So now
Yeah.
it's like
Ain't nobody getting none this week.
Yeah. I'm like, because I like to pass out for 2 days. I need to go to sleep for 2 days, and I can't because she need
Right.
ice cream. She needs.
See now we've discussed this before where as men sometimes you feel like, you got to internalize a lot of your emotional shit you dealing with
Yeah.
because, women need you to be that rock and shit, right? Now you got to do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta have understanding because I'm a female, but I also like when it comes time for my understanding,
Mhm.
that get thrown out the window.
Oh yeah.
But
Amen to
that's why I empathize with a lot of men because I just go, I don't, there's certain things that she said to me that I go, if I said this,
Yo.
you know what I mean? And not for nothing, let's lighthearted, right? Like I call and ask for stuff, and then she'll be like, one time she said to me, "Are you slow?" And it took everything in me. I mean, it was a multiple question. Like I've asked a lot, you know what I'm saying, so I could get it. But if I just thought about saying anything like that, I would be kicked out the crib.
Absolutely.
That's so funny.
Am I slow? I'm still mad about that.
I would be too. That's rude.
Yeah. That's rude as
Women
hell.
are rude. Straight women are rude. No respect,
No
bro.
respect. No respect.
And so you so now you mainly doing stand up. Like what's the move right now?
Yeah, I'm doing stand up. I wrote a movie. I'm working on doing.
How long did that take you? Because I'm struggling out here. Man.
Oh no, it took me. Well, I had a writing partner, and
Look
it
at
took,
that.
It took, yeah. Well, it's hard to write with somebody because I'm very. When I'm in it, I want to do like let's get this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also it was like a learning lesson for me, and you know, you learn a lot. The dude is great at what he does. It took us about 4 months. 4 months, and that's because what's funny?
Sorry.
Yeah, because I've been working on a script for like years.
So I felt him waiting for that validation from you. Like she about to say it took her 2 years.
No,
4 months.
No.
4 months with a partner.
Yeah, but you're thinking too much. That's really what's happening. You're thinking too much, and it's not bad to have somebody that you trust that gets you. If you get somebody that gets you, or step away from the project, you already have the idea out. You already wrote some shit. Let them do something. It helps, bro. But you thinking too much. Yeah, you'll never get it done.
I be thinking, oh man,
yeah,
you right.
All the stuff
Thank
you
you.
did, it's real. You'll be so amazed at what you could do. It's something that I had to learn because trying to finagle social media and put out content and do stuff like that. In my head, I just go, how can I do something better or if that fits me? That goes by. It's everybody like do side by sides, do this and that, and I'm always going, how can I do it a little different? And I never get it done.
Or you could do one of these people on Instagram.
Right.
Bro.
Wow.
But yo,
They getting paid,
these
too.
people,
Wait, yes.
they're grabbing followers. But what I'm saying is regardless of how dumb we might think something is, it's building their stuff up.
Yeah.
So if you got dope content already, you got an audience, you are missing your calling by taking years to get this out. You're crazy.
Well, how long did it take you to find somebody that you trusted in order to work through this process?
Well, I think it's like having an interview. You know, it was almost like a date. I was looking for a writer. One of my boys introduced me. His name is Chaz Rogers, and he opens for me as well on the road. But I met with him. We rocked. He liked the idea, and we just ran with it. We just ran with it. Yeah.
Is it good though?
Oh, it's funny. It's really funny. It's really, really funny. And we're almost like, I have people interested, but it's the weight game. And it's almost like, how can we get this done? Whether you put that in a short form to try to sell, or again, you got the content. If you was putting a movie out in the theaters, it's the same thing as your Patreon or your YouTube or something. Somebody pay even $5 on Patreon to watch your movie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We're gonna figure it out, man. We're gonna figure it out.
But Timothy, you're a very particular dude. And
how you know that?
Because I've seen you on set.
Okay.
And I just know a little bit about how you move, but you got to get out that shell. You got to get out your head.
Well, how do you know? How do I move on set?
You're very Timothy likes, like, his cup got to be right. You know why you
No, I'm genuinely, I'm not even like, I'm curious because no one's ever
He said, "What's my tail?"
Brought this up to me
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, your little quirks or stuff like that, it's just what helps you get into your state of mind. But and this is exaggerating, but you would be like, if your hat was this way, you'd be like, oh shit, I gotta make sure it's like this. You know what I mean? But you're just very particular in how you move and what you do to get motivated.
I mean, that's facts. Because in my head, I'd be like, I do know that I'm very particular on set because I don't really like talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Say like when it's showtime, I'll be to myself.
Yeah.
But I didn't know people was noticing me.
No. I mean, I did, but I'm like that. I get upset. Like I'll take people on the road, and you might not do another show with me based off of if you talk too much or you don't know how to give me space. And I don't like being the person that's like, bro, could you leave me alone or get out the green room? But I just think you like feel that vibe, and I hate talking before I go on the set or on the show, especially if I'm doing an hour. If I'm doing 10 to 15 minutes, by all means, let's have fun. But an hour, I don't know this audience. I need to make sure, I'm good in my head. But yeah.
I feel like a lot of people that don't know me that might have been on the cast of WildNOut or behind the scenes of WildNOut, you might see me before the show and be like, oh, he don't like to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But the vibe backstage is so like everybody's so loud.
Yeah.
And like
it's loud.
Yeah, because Nikki Blaze was a WildNOut girl from
season 10.
Yeah. So it's loud. Everyone's playing games. Everyone's like singing. Everyone's like the vibe, the energy's so high, but I be like here. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like people might see me on the couch by myself and be like, is he okay? But I'm like, bro, I'm game time right now. You know what I'm saying? We can turn up after.
Yeah.
But right now, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. And that's literally how I am. Like I've noticed that I get anxiety and the whole crowd thing when stuff is too big. People talking to me, it affects me when I'm walking on stage.
I feel that.
That's funny. It's funny that you don't realize that people realize your particulars because your biggest particular is lack of structure. That boy hates when you try to implement some type of structure. So I realized a long time ago that's one of your particulars.
Yeah.
So that I'm like,
people move
all right, we're gonna have to get out that particular real quick. Just give me just a little bit of structure.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Do we have to write this down?
Yeah. But people move differently. I remember when I was shooting sketches back in the day, I would have an idea and I see scenes in my head. So to write it down, like I feel like if I'm writing it down, it's not in structure form, then that bothers me. Yeah. So I would literally have people come on set and go, okay, this is the scene. I need you to do this. And I remember my boy telling me one time, shout out to Fuquan Johnson, but I remember him telling me, bro, I didn't think this was going to be funny. And then when I put it together, he was like, yo, this shit is amazing. But I just can't, it's a different way to move sometimes.
Yeah.
What's something that someone did backstage that you were like, all right, I can't do a show with this person again?
What's something somebody did backstage? There's so much, bro.
Nah, I feel that. Here, I'll let you think about it. I'll tell you a story.
Well, again, one of the biggest things is talking to me and not giving me space because I'm very honest about that. I'm very like, leave me alone and then turn up after, right? This couldn't be, okay, I'll tell you real quick. This is probably not a backstage, but I remember going to Florida and this dude was opening for me and he had his boy featuring. And I remember him going, yo, I just want to make sure you cool with me doing this joke. And I was like, yeah, man, go ahead. He's like, I'm telling you because it's killer and I don't want to make it hard for you. Okay. And I was like, okay. I said, listen, you supposed to be doing the best you can so that you can move on and get your spots and be funny. So he gets on stage. He gets a standing ovation too, right? Because he brings somebody on stage and does this like stripper dance. Okay. And so, it's crowd participation. So they riled up, they drunk, all this stuff. Long story short, his opener does pretty much the same thing, brings somebody on stage, does a song and dance. I do my set, I do well, I don't get the standing ovation, but they wait outside. They wait outside where people are walking out to try to sell merch. And I go right toward the furthest away to the last exit. And I just see them like, ain't nobody gonna go to her. We got standing ovations.
Annoying.
And 2 people went to them. Everybody else came to me. And I always speak these facts of like, you did this dance, you did this performance. Nobody know who you are. You could get personal with somebody. You can make them laugh. You can make them feel. That's something that they'll remember even if they can't remember your name. So by all means, but we never did a show again.
Man, look, that's why I don't fuck with these people.
Yeah.
got the clicks, but
Right.
no one cares about what you're actually saying.
Right.
Because you're not saying
You're
anything.
not saying
Yeah.
anything. This is it's gonna be in my head.
Yeah. And the thing is I was like, I know.
When you brought up people doing small shit that will make you never want to work with them again.
Yeah.
Now this has nothing to do with a live show or any type of performance, but when I would do like shorts and funny like sketches with the homies, the homie brought in this guy one time to help like do behind the scenes shit, and I had this bag of jalapeno cheddar chips, Cheetos, on the seat. It was my chips. I had them on the stool for me. This fool walks into the room, grabbed the chips and just starts eating them, bro, without asking, whose chips are these?
Yeah.
Just started eating my jalapeno cheddar Cheetos, dog.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was like, bro, how you not gonna ask whose chips those are?
Wow, the audacity.
Yeah, Omar.
Yeah.
Really? Like, be considerate, bro.
Yeah.
Why would you assume these are your chips?
Yeah.
I never let it go.
Yeah.
I never saw him again either. Good.
Yeah, that's a real thing though. I think what bothers me is like if there's a big celebrity, like I think about people I brought on the road that if they was on the road with my Uncle Damon, they would act totally different. They're not gonna be so in his face. They're not gonna, and sometimes I feel like there's a lack of respect when it comes to me because they like, oh, we on the same level. And we on the same level, but we not on the same level when you open it for me.
Right.
So I'm not the person that's like, yo, you got to do this, this, and this to be with me. But I do pay attention to people's behaviors and their morals and values and stuff like that. If somebody came and ate my stuff or felt the need, like you got people that come in, they take over the couch and they come in with their guests and they loud and you like, this is not your room, and you wouldn't do that to a big celebrity.
Yeah.
Speaking of people coming in and eating your stuff, how do you deal with groupies when you're a married woman on tour?
Oh man, that was so a great transition.
Wow. One of those. Side note, did he offer you a drink?
Oh,
No,
I did.
okay.
She's not trying to.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. Titties and both,
Damn.
and everybody.
I like
here,
titties
okay?
too.
Yeah.
Nigga like, pour this
Just, I was like, hey.
Like, we can shake hands.
I'll be twerking on both of them. No,
Yes.
and
I'll be like this. Yeah.
no.
I'll be standing on the couch. What you mean? I love to stand on the couch.
Catch me in about 50 years. I'm getting good. Damn, what you just said?
Because you're married now.
Yeah, I'm married.
Talking about the
different.
groupies.
It's different when you're single on tour than when you're married on tour.
Yeah, but so honestly, my wife loves titties. So like I've had women go, could you grab my breast? Could you do this? They want to show me stuff, and I go, yeah. If my wife's not with me, I go, let me FaceTime her. And if she's not with me, if she is with me, I go, you gotta ask my wife. So I got a lot of pictures with me and my wife holding boobies or doing certain things, but I always act like the wife get the okay.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't want to
Say
do
something to her.
it.
Look, I know. Yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, but I'm also, and I think a lot of it has to do with not drinking anymore. But I go do my show. I say what's up. I get my merch, all that stuff, and then I'm usually back at the hotel.
I feel it.
Otherwise, I'm in.
How was it before? Like how does what was it like before?
Before my wife.
Yeah.
Well, I'm one of them people that just always been in relationships, and when I was dating women that were trash to me, so I felt good to cheat on them. There was that piece where it was a little bit more fun, but I deal with anxiety, so I get a little awkward sometimes, so I wasn't that person that was like, let me get this one, let me get that one, unless I had the sauce in me.
Yeah.
The sauce in me, it was game time.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's normally how that works.
Stud
hug. You ain't never heard of a stud hug. Come here.
Yeah, no, but I'm so good. Yeah. Awkward.
You said something earlier that made me think like, like let's say you're with Uncle Damon and shit, right? Like,
yeah.
So you probably got to worry about people that you meet that you like, oh, these are my friends, but then they gonna make it awkward. Some people don't know how to act around celebrities.
Yeah.
You feel me? And you come from a very famous family.
Yeah.
So, like not so groupies aside, you got to worry about friends being annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How's that been?
That's part of like my my structure to see if I want you in my life or not.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I used to date. I used to bring chicks around my family, like premieres, you know, all that stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, some chicks have gone off with my relatives or family members, you know what I'm saying? But that was my test to see how you acted. And yes, with friends too. Because I know, you know, my family's a certain way and they'll be nice, but stuff is annoying. So I use that to see where you are and if you could be around me.
Yeah, man. Some people just don't know how to act.
You think you know somebody until you're in that situation. You go,
yeah.
oh, you a hoe.
Yeah.
You like appalled.
Yeah.
And a great actress too.
Yeah.
You had me fooled.
But I deal with that with all friends aside of groupies and everything. Like my friendships are very minimal. I probably got like 3 people that I've consolidated to that I really rock with, and that's because I really don't think you could say you love somebody or rock with somebody until some shit go down. When some stuff go down and you see how they ride with you in that situation, then I'm like, oh, that's my people.
I feel that. I almost feel like I would almost rather have a homegirl be a hoe for a celebrity than someone just be like, oh my God, and not be a hoe. It's like, look, if you're going to embarrass me, at least suck the man's dick.
Yeah.
So you annoyed him and ain't do nothing for him.
Wow. Then she'll be like, we going out tonight? But I've seen dudes get worse than women. I've seen dudes like push women out the way to try to get to the stage. You're like, whoa.
That is crazy.
Oh, I thought you was about to share it.
No. I just was thinking of the guys fighting over this Sephora gift card to get on stage.
Oh, gosh.
It was for their girl.
Yeah, right.
It was for their girl. It's like me.
So you wrote a movie. Are you trying to be in your actor bag at all, or what's up with that?
Yeah. I do like being behind the scenes a lot more. I like creating, developing, and I just got accepted to the WGA. So like all those things are like that's really where my bag is. And I feel like I see talent through other people a lot more. So I like seeing those. It's kind of what Keenan did with like the Jim Carreys and stuff like that. It's like there's a talent in somebody that I want to bring out, but other people aren't seeing it. You know?
Let me real quick, just on some industry shit. How much do you have to write before you get into like the guild? Like what is the criteria for that?
So I sold the show, so I don't know because I got in because of that.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? I think like I don't quite know the requirements. But I think it's like on a level of that. Okay. Or maybe just writing a movie. Like there's associate. Okay. You know, there's ways you can get in that's not like the full acceptance.
I don't want to sound super ignorant, but what is the WGA?
Oh,
what is
Writers
that?
Guild.
It's like a union.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's like SAG, but for writers.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't have a clue.
I told everybody, man. I'm like, look, if y'all see me back on WildNOut, it's because my SAG hours are not enough, and I need my health insurance. And I tell you, shit's been a little dry, and I'm like. But then I hit Justine. I'm like, hey, when y'all shooting the next WildNOut? She's like, man, I don't know. I was like, fuck.
It said, I'm slumming on TV, yo.
Shit, man. Yeah. Well.
And they said, no, we canceled. Ain't no more WildNOut.
When did you stop doing it?
WildNOut?
Yeah.
Man, me and WildNOut officially broke up in like 2019. Damn. But I'll pop in on occasion. Yeah. Like I popped in for the 20th season, and then I popped in for when they were doing old school versus new school. So I'll do like a day, 3 episodes, and kind of do my thing. And they've expressed to me since then that like Nick regrets that breakup. Like, yo, if you ever want to come back, you know what I'm saying, come back. I was like, no, I'm cool.
He said, I'm trying to spin the block.
But now I'm like, oh, what hours hit for?
Yeah.
New clause now. You gotta get pregnant. You ain't trying to get pregnant.
Someone on this damn show gotta get a baby by then. Shit. I tried.
Yeah, that was back in 2019, and then.
You were doing Deliciousness.
And then I did Deliciousness for like 3 seasons, which was great bag. No one was watching, but the bag was amazing. But that was a long time. Yeah, because the reboot that we like debuted on.
Yeah.
That was 2013 probably. Like I think I auditioned in 2012 and then it came out in like 2013.
Yeah.
So that was over 10 years ago.
You got,
Holy shit.
You gotta get on it, man. There's still some SAG stuff credits you could get.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I didn't even know how. Here's what's crazy about SAG. It's like I didn't know how that shit worked until I think I'd done a couple seasons of WildNOut. And then the homie was doing his own little independent movie, but it was like, you know, it's a lot of just rules and shit, right? So Phil from Wong Fu, he was doing the first movie. He's like, yo, I got a scene for you in my movie. I'm like, cool, bet. Like, I was ready to film that weekend, and I get like a call or some shit from SAG. They're like, you gotta join or you can't do this movie. Yeah. I was like, what?
God damn.
So I had to pay like, I think it was like $1,200 just right out the gate just to join this shit so I could do this one fucking 2-minute scene. But then from then on I was SAG, and then, you know, then eventually got health insurance, which is lit. It's like great insurance.
Yeah.
But now these goddamn babies or babies.
Gotta add them on to that.
Yeah.
But sex, you know, to be honest, I've extended that so many times. The whole you gotta join.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get it extended.
Oh, no, I like it.
No, I'm saying like if you didn't have it at the time.
Oh,
and they was like, you got to do this now. You can't do the movie.
Oh, really?
There's ways to.
I know how that shit works.
Yeah, no, it's great though. I gotta check my insurance.
Everybody, all of a sudden, is like,
right.
Yeah, it's like, damn, man.
Covered for a year now.
Shit, man, put me in one of them movies,
Right.
man. Say I'm getting old too. I need a colonoscopy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Said background counts as hours, right?
They actually do. If you can get a one-liner, them one-liners, boy, they be hitting.
Like, hey, nah, you need some writers, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't need to be on camera anymore, dog.
That makes sense. You know Al Thompson, right?
Yeah.
I just be watching shit, and I just be like, what the fuck is Al doing back there? Because he don't really do on-camera stuff no more. He's behind the scenes. But I'm now like, oh, he probably just trying to keep his SAG hours. And
shit, man. All right, we're going to figure it out, bro. You know.
Do background work, dog.
Nah.
You got to introduce, hey, yo, Nick, we got WildNOut meets. Like, oh, I like that.
Something, bro.
Yeah,
Something. I mean, shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see. What can we look forward to in the coming whatever?
No, in the coming future, whatever we have. No, like I said, right now I'm working on my hour. I'm trying to. I'm going to shoot that this year. I'm doing a tour right now called Therapy in Session.
Type.
And it's really about just like my full circle life through self-improvement, mental health, and how it just all came full circle for me where I'm at now. Very, very funny, very touching and relatable. So,
beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Hey, she's funny.
Yeah,
if you didn't know.
Thank you. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, make sure you follow Chaunté on everything.
Everything. At C Wayans.
Let them know. And hey, thank y'all for watching another episode of No Chaser Podcast. See you next time. I'm Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.